So did my speech make me more awesome? Because let me tell you, it's like all that stuff that I said, that wasn't just word throw up. That stuff I said right there, that's really really damn good advice. I really think it's really good advice. And if everybody took it to heart, we'd all be happier. It's really good advice. So, is that event in 2018? It is good advice. It is good advice. I will not mince words. It is good advice. And so yeah, in 2018, this was see, it happened in 2000. The first hospital, it was 2008 2019 actually, because the whole ordeal started on my birthday, October 2018. That's when I first went into the hospital. And that was later. I got the job that I have right now, which I won't say what it is on stream, but that job meant a lot to me because it really took a lot of worry away from me, because it was a good job, really good money, really good benefits, and if I had all that, then I'd be gravy for a long time. And so that really played a lot into me getting good, because before that I was working minimum wage job as a clerk at a tobacco store, and I was self-harming myself almost every single day, because working minimum wage, living alone in an apartment, only being like an extra $20 every week is horrible, and it destroyed me. And it came to a head eventually, and I started just like having this like breakdown, but that breakdown ended up being the best thing that ever happened to me, because it's like I stopped feeling like myself anymore. I didn't feel like myself anymore. It's like I felt foreign inside my body. I felt foreign to myself, and like everything around me felt foreign. It was a real depersonalized thing that happened to me. And for the longest time, I didn't feel like myself. But eventually, a few months later, about 4 months later, about 2 months into me having the new job, I was at work. I was cleaning stuff, and I just noticed that I felt very different, and I was kind of worried, because I was like, oh no, here comes that feeling again. But it felt a little bit different. I was like, I didn't feel sad, I didn't feel scared, and I was like, man, I feel different. Like everything about my body feels different. Everything about me feels different. It's just, why do I feel so different? I just different. I don't feel like myself anymore. It's like and at the same time, I had these parallel thoughts. Ever since I almost committed suicide, man, that scared me, because it's like I never thought I'd commit suicide. I guess I don't know myself as well as I thought I did. Because I was certain I was never a suicidal person, but it happened. And I was like, what, why is it like that? And I was like, oh my gosh, it's like, why have I been thinking about guitars lately too? It's just like, where did that ever come from? It's like, also lately, I've kind of like have this admiration for crotch rockets lately. It's like, I don't know, it's just like all of a sudden I started being attracted to guys on crotch rockets. I don't know, I just think it's really hot. I was like, that used to never be. Why is it like that? And it's like, wow, my taste in music has changed a lot lately. It's never been like that before. Why is that so different? And at the same time, I kept on saying, why does my body feel different? Why does my body feel different? And um and I started coming up with all these reasons why I'm different, how things are changing and how life is changing, and then all of a sudden I had to realize, and it hit me, and I was like, oh my gosh, the reason I feel so different is because I am a different person now. And if I'm a different person now, that means I can be a better person. And then I went into full-blown purge mode and started wondering everything I could change in my life. What can I do to be different? What can I do to be better? And so it's like I thought about the guitar thing, and I was like, man, I've always wanted to play guitar. And then I thought in myself, why have I never started playing guitar? And I was like, well, every other time I wanted to start playing guitar or something, I always tell myself the same thing. I always told myself the same thing. And I told myself the same thing about other things in my life. And I realized when I said this to myself that what I've been telling myself all these years was so fundamentally fucked up. And after I said it to myself, after that little revelation I had at work, I was like, wait, what? Have I really been telling myself all this time? And what I've been telling myself like all these years is whenever like I thought about guitar, or whenever I thought about how cool it'd be to learn to dance someday, or how it would be cool to learn something new, I would tell myself, gee, I'd really love to try this out someday, but I'd never be caught up on my video games. And then I realized, holy shit, video games have been holding me back. My number one love in life has actually been holding me back. And it's like I realized that I made this persona about myself decades ago. So I was a gamer, and I had to live this life as a gamer, and I surround myself with all these posters and memorabilia and shit everywhere trying to say I'm a gamer because that's how I identify and that's me. I relate to that so hard. Have you told yourself that in the past? So it's like when I was growing up in school, I found this niche that I 100% grasped to, that I loved video games, and if I personified that by wearing the gaming t-shirts and talking about video games and stuff, and I was like, that was who I was. That was the identity I had. That was me. But I sure allow video games to be a reason for me to sit around not doing anything. Yeah, I've let video games stop me do things in the past, and I realized that was a really foolhardy thing to do. 2 weeks after I had that revelation, I had my first guitar. I had my very first guitar. And now, playing guitar actually brings me more joy than video games. A lot of the times, actually. And it's like, I can't believe, like, hearing myself say that. Because, you know, that was something I was so attached to. An inspirational infomercial for guitars. Yeah. Because it's like, being a gamer, that was me. That was my life. That was my love. That was my joy. And that was how I made friends. That was how I talked to people. But you know what? Not everybody plays video games. And I couldn't always talk to everybody. Ever since I started playing guitar, I found it a lot easier to talk to people. And so it's like, yeah, as I was saying before, it really like strikes me weird to hear me say that video games was holding me back, because it was very special to me. It was me. It was a part of me. And I think that's why I felt so different, because that part of me was dying and it went away. And it felt, and then when it went away, I realized, oh my gosh, I've been carrying this baggage with me all this time. I've been letting this stop me all this time. Well, not anymore. And don't get me wrong, I still love video games. Video games, I still love video games. I still play them all the time, but I have them in a much more healthier position in my life. Another thing about video games is that video games actually depressed me. Video games actually depressed me, because I realized it was getting to a point where I couldn't keep up with all the games I wanted to play. And that really depressed me. It's like I had this persona of being a gamer. I had to be a gamer, and I had to play all the great games so I can be in the know about everything. And there goes my butter knife. I let them define me. I let them define me. I let them define me. So it's like I was just like, I have to play all the video games because that's me, and I gotta be in the know so I can talk to people about it, because that's what I had assigned my life to loving. And and then eventually it got to the point where there's just too many games coming out. And it's just like, it got to the point where when games got delayed, I got excited, because I was like, oh, that gives me more time to do this. It gives me more time to play this. It gives me more time to play this. And maybe I can knock this game and this game out. And I was turning it into a chore. And I realized that it actually gave me anxiety. And when I finally realized this, it was like about like a couple weeks before Kingdom Hearts 3 came out. And that was the next game that I was like, oh boy, I gotta play this game now, because I liked the first two Kingdom Hearts, and it's like I consider myself a fan, so now I have to play this game, even though this game is probably gonna disappoint because we've been waiting 13 fucking years for it. When I found that out about me, I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna play Kingdom Hearts 3. I think I could honestly be happy if I be just fine if I just never play the game. And I decided I will never play the game. And that actually took a huge weight off my shoulders. Me too. Me too, Game Cave. Which is still 6 hours a day. Well, that's a lot more than me. Uh, uh, Still. Yeah, I was streaming 6 hours a day for a while too, but lately I'm starting to realize with my third shift lifestyle that I have going on right now, I really gotta stick with my bed schedule, because I'm not getting. If I try to go to bed too early, I'm not gonna get good sleep. And I've noticed now that I've tried to force myself to go to sleep early, and I just end up not getting good sleep continuously. 100% of the time, I will not get good sleep if I go to bed too early. So I gotta make sure I bed close to like around 6:30 in the morning or 5:30 in the morning. Hopefully 5:30. Third shifters unite. Yes. Living the third shift life is hard though. That gives me a little anxiety. That gives me anxiety on my days off because that gives me only so much time that I have to do chores before I do other things, because that's when everything is open. Everything is only open for 3 or 4 hours after I'm awake. So it's like, but here's the thing is that I believe in a good, healthy lifestyle. You wake up and you dedicate the first hour of your day to yourself. It's like, I don't care who you are, you should do your best to dedicate the first hour of your day to yourself. Make yourself good, make yourself happy, do what you can to be right and be in the right mental capacity. Because when it comes down to it, if you're not the best version of yourself, you can't be the best version of yourself for your kids. You can't be. Felgrim the Wise is now following. Wow, I didn't expect to get a follow. Thank you for the follow, Felgrim the Wise. Welcome to our little bread basket. Let's throw up an E up. Throw up the bread emote. Wait, no, you can't. Damn it. I'll do it. Bread! With the sleep schedule of a third shifter. You operate a lot better when you have your sleep. And you've been saying some true, and I like it. You get a follow. Thank you very much, Felgrim the Wise. So, they might as well call me Expret the Wise. Wait, how long have you been here? I want to know, like, how long have you been here? I want to know, like, what part of the conversation you came in on. But yeah, so yeah, it's like 10 minutes you were talking about guitars and crotch rockets. Okay, all right. So yeah, that's like when I had the realization, is like, if I want to learn to play guitar now, if I want to learn to play guitar, I should start now. And why not now? And I've been so gung-ho about it ever since. And I've turned it into my life now. No guitar pun intended. Yeah, it was, Van. I know it was. Tisk, 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 tisk. For shame, you know your name. Okay.